to the Lunchbox TV. I'm Rebecca, aka Quirky Owl Cosplay, here on the Cosplay Confidential, and I have a guest today. Please introduce yourself.
I'm a guest. Oh, I'm Double J Cosplay, aka JJ, hence the name, you know.
Easy, I love it. Not wrong with that. Anyways, this is just going to be a really easy kind of casual conversation interview. We're not all that formal here.
Oh, nice.
Just ask you a couple of questions and tell me your tale.
Ooh, okay.
Easy breezy. So, first question I have for you is, how and when did you start cosplaying?
So I started cosplaying in 2014. It was Fan Expo. So I started going to Fan Expo the first years before that, in high school. And I was like, oh my gosh, all these cool people in costumes. They look so badass. It's like, I want to do this. So I ended up I was really into Deadpool comics at the time. So I bought a bunch of Deadpool things online, eBay, Amazon, everywhere. So I bought a suit, bought 20 guns, which was not fun at prop check because they have to check every single one with this little tape thing. So I'm just pulling out guns out of everywhere.
Yep.
But it was a great time.
I mean, that's what Deadpool would do too.
Exactly.
So. And of course, your tag name is Double J Cosplay. Do you have a reason behind that?
Well, it was my full name prior, and then my friend was like, you should make a name. And I was like, why? And she's like, just because cosplayers do it. I'm like, I guess you're right.
Why
and
not?
I was like, I'm not creative enough. Let's just make it JJ Cosplay. I was like, wait, that's lame. It's like, if I make it Double J, it sounds less lame and it makes sense.
There you go.
But every time I spell out my name, when people ask me what my handle is, I'm like, Double J, and they type JJ. I'm like, oh, no, that's not it. The
It's
word
actually
double.
just written
It's
double.
the actual word double, yes.
Yeah. So now you've told us your name and why is it that you enjoy cosplay?
I love dressing up as characters that I relate to. Because when I see them on TV or I read about them, I'm like, oh, I relate to this character. I kind of want to be him. And cosplay is a way where I can actually do that and not feel as weird doing it instead of in my bedroom watching the TV show.
A proactive fandom.
Might as well.
That's what we are here. Do you have anyone within the community, outside of the community, that inspires you in cosplay or just nerddom?
At first, I was super, still do. Jessica Nigri, she was one of the first cosplayers that I was that I knew about, and saw her progression, and I was like, damn, that's really cool. And literally just everyone I hang out with, all my friends, they always inspire me when I see them post their work in progresses, their everything. I'm like, oh man, you're so talented. I was like, I want to do that, but it just helps me do more.
Good motivator just to see the progress.
Do more and want to cosplay everything.
Yeah, I like it. It's a great motivation, and the community really helps to uplift us and keep us going.
Everyone's so friendly.
Yeah. How are you personally involved in the nerd and or cosplay community here?
Well, I'm trying to set up another Teen Titans group for March Comic Con.
Nice.
So it's going to be another, the retro-themed Titans. So last year I did the regular Titans / Young Justice, and there was about a dozen of us in that group.
Yeah, I saw that. That was good.
So this year we're going to try to do the old school, 80s theme. So
I love that.
That's a thing in the works, and just always going out to all the networking party things and supporting everyone locally.
Nice. And you also model for Pink City sometimes.
Kind of, on occasion, a little bit. I mean, I guess I'm a model. You can say that, but I don't think I'm one.
I think that the ego level is risen a little.
It's definitely not. It's down here.
We'll just rise that up
here,
for you.
A little bit. Making me blush.
That's the goal. So in the cosplay community, obviously, we're used to it. We're used to being in costume out in public. However, the normies not so much. Because of that, we've obviously had some very interesting experiences. Have you ever had a negative experience while in costume?
Yes, one time I was actually Deadpool in Toronto in the streets, which is not the greatest thing to do when you're strapped with weapons.
Yeah, plastic or not.
Yeah, they're plastic and everything, but I ran into this group of drunk homeless people, I think, and they were just really crazy, and they all kept trying to grab my stuff and pulling out the guns and swords, and I'm like, listen, I don't want to be on the news because Deadpool just whipped some like dozen people unconscious, but I got to put this stuff back because I'm not having it with you guys. But they were not like mentally there either. So I was just like, all right, like luckily someone else was there and like helping me like calm the situation.
Yeah, good meaning.
And also, you know, when you go online and all the negative comments, it's fun to read.
Yeah,
Get a
that's
good
true.
laugh.
Yeah.
You know, when I cosplayed something and they're like, oh, he's so skinny, doesn't fit the character. I'm like, yes, let me just gain 1,000 pounds of muscle and be a real life anime boy. You know, that's normal enough.
Exactly. No, that's what muscle suits are for. It's all an illusion.
Yeah, Photoshop, right?
Photoshop.
Fixes everything.
And it's cheap too. Cheaper.
Yeah, it depends who's doing the Photoshop.
Cheaper than, yes, and cheaper than a muscle suit sometimes.
That's true.
So to flip that, negative stuff obviously happens, but we get a lot more positive things. Have you ever had like something happen at a convention or during a process of a costume that you're just like, this is amazing, this is why I do this, I love this?
Oh, yeah, the one time me and Cloudberry were at New York Comic Con, and we actually ran into Ryan Potter, the guy who plays Beast Boy in the Titans TV show.
Cool.
So we were outside of the convention, and his like posse, bodyguard, whatever you want to call it, walked by us, and they're like, "Oh, can I get a picture?" And here I am thinking it's just some like random guys. I'm like, "Yeah, sure, yeah, click, click." And then he's like, "Yeah, can you take a picture with this guy?" I'm like, "Yeah." Turn around, I'm like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "That's."
You're a Beast Boy.
That's me who I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. So we ended up taking like a picture with him and he's like, yeah, you mind if I like post this on like my story and all that? And I was like, do you mind if I post this on my story and stuff? Like, oh, I was fangirling so hard.
It's good though.
It makes it worth it because the makeup for that takes forever.
How long does it take you to do your Beast Boy makeup?
On a good day, roughly over an hour, like just for the face alone. If I'm doing like the arms or whole body, 2 to 3, you know, depending on.
Because of course it has to dry before you put on.
And it's a lot of paint.
Mess.
And it doesn't come out well because I'm still green after. I wash my face and I look like I'm sick.
For like what, another day?
Yeah, another day or two, and you know, you clean your ear and you're like, oh look, this was from last week.
Still green.
Yeah.
So having a community is great. Being in the cosplayer is great, and we enjoy it. Would you have any advice or anything to say to anyone who might be anxious to get into cosplay and wanting to do it?
Honestly, just do it. If you see a character you like really love and like want to cosplay, just go out and do it. If you want to buy it or make it, like it doesn't matter. As long as you're having fun being that character, you'll find dozen other people who also enjoy doing that with you. And also, if you're wearing any sort of spandex suit, wear a dance belt because no one wants to see your junk. I mean, some people might want to see it, but like majority of the people don't.
There you go.
It might be uncomfortable, but it's worth it.
Thank you very much. No problem. All right, that's all that we have for you guys. Thank you so much for joining us on Cosplay Confidential. I'm Rebecca, your host, Quirky Owl Cosplay. This has been JJ, aka Double J Cosplay. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow all of our social media at Lunchbox TV, and of course, follow our guests as well. Thank you. Bye.